Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Hedera and HBAR. So with that being said, let's just dive in and let's start off with the overall price action. So very similar to my Q&T video, I've been looking at a lot of these altcoins on the yearly time frame. Again, a lot of people will get caught in the short-term bubble and go to like the 1 day and say, oh, well, this thing is just going to crash and continue crashing. But if you actually look at the 1 year time frame, you could see a pattern here. That pattern is, guess what? It's just going sideways. We will eventually get back to the point where we flip the 7.5 cent zone, retarget the 10 cent zone, and have the confirmed breakout to roughly about 15 to 20 cents, which I've been eyeing for a little bit of time for the short term. But it's very on par with the top 30 gainers. When you actually go over here to the top 30 gainers, like for an example, XRP, XDC, XLM, and of course even Maker, they all have a very similar track record, except with Maker it's a little bit different, right? As we have this sideways momentum, it is just flipping the area at which we need to flip for HBAR, which is again like that 7.5 cent zone. And then after that, we really kind of target some higher price levels, like for an example, XRP breaking out, having a nice run up. And it's actually retesting some levels going all the way back to just recently 2022 and prior. And the same goes with XDC. You know, XDC is reaching out to levels going all the way back to roughly like the May-April timeframe of 2022. XLM, very similar, and Maker is just starting, right? So as we look at Hedera, I do believe that we have a very similar structure here where we are building and building and building, waiting for the big break. Ultimately speaking, what I'm really kind of eyeing is that 10 cent zone, ultimately getting to the point where we flip the summer lows of 2021, which would be about 16.5 cents, all the way up to possibly about roughly 20 some cents. And that is just like I said, in the short term. Long term, I am expecting a new all-time high to obviously happen, but that is more long term and we need to wait a little bit on that. But again, I love this sideways momentum. It's very similar to going all the way back to 2020, the sideways momentum until the big fireworks started to happen. And it will happen with a lot of these altcoins. That is why I've been stacking these undervalued gems like XLM, XDC, and even, of course, XRP. So with that in mind, let's talk about a few things happening around Hedera. So community engagement, community growth, they are hyper-focused on developers. They want to onboard more developers. I mean, listen, as we look at Hedera, the development activity on Hedera has been absolutely incredible. There's a lot more developers building on Hedera compared to Ethereum and other major chains out there, combined with, of course, the transactional, speeds and transactions themselves. Hedera is building out to become a key player around this market. And I would argue that it would most likely be in the top 10 by the next bull run, or the end, I should say, of the next bull run. But as we do look at Hedera, these events are huge. It's more so onboarding developers to build on the next generation crypto technology. And I truly love to see Hedera continue to engage with the community, build out the community, because again, like Hedera has become a very large giant around the crypto scene with over 300,000+ followers. So I love to see them continuously engaging still with the community, and they are very loud over on Twitter in terms of the noise that they've been making as of recent. And also LG. So you love to see LG really kind of giving a shout out to Hedera, but we do see ChatGPT and Hedera HBAR have converged, enabling secure interactions by leveraging blockchain and AI. The integration allows ChatGPT to access Hedera services like the consensus token and smart contract service. And of course, they do talk a little bit more down here around it. And also the integration simplifies asset monitoring and management. Users can install the plugin and interact with ChatGPT to inquire about HBAR and token balances. This convergence also paves the way for decentralized applications, fostering decentralized marketplaces, collaborative platforms, and rewarding user contributions. And yeah, this is very exciting. And you know what? As we really kind of look at this, a lot of people will say like, oh, this hype around AI is basically dead. It is not. It is just beginning. Here you guys have AI the past 5 years worldwide. Check this out. This thing is skyrocketing still, and it is it's definitely still a big talking term over on Google Trends. And also remember, Google Trends is a great way to actually engage with the idea on like how hyped up is the retail sector around blockchain and crypto. Yeah, it's basically dead. So we are still very well in a bear market for those out there that are still waiting on major price action. We have not yet gotten there yet, but I do believe that we are building to it, just like we've seen back in 2020, until we start to see the big moves, even in terms of trends. And again, this gauges on how active the retail sector is within crypto. Also, I do apologize if you guys do hear my dog in the background. He's basically scratching on his dog bed, but I do apologize if you guys do hear that. But nonetheless, let's dive into the ChatGPT plugin. So it goes live for Hedera Network. This was reported. And if we scroll down, we could see a few things around this. Here is the overall announcement around it. But I just think that this is great, right? Like, I think that this is great in terms of incorporating AI, because AI right now is the big thing. And Hedera really has a one-stop shop around this entire space. They have AI, they have DeFi, they have pretty much anything that you can think of. Even data management, data services. I mean, everything happening on Hedera is crucial to focus on, because it really is a one-stop shop for enterprises, users, you name it. And also talking a little bit about that, also over here, check this out. This is a huge announcement. So this is with the Reserve Bank of Australia. We do see last week it was Shinhan Bank, and the largest financial institution in Taiwan. This week it is the Reserve Bank of Australia. The next generation of finance is being built on Hedera. And here we have the full-on announcement. This is from Not Centralized. So we do see excitement, Not Centralized, in collaboration with RBA and a few other players, of course. And with guidance from HSF Legal, has piloted a world's first project using CBDC in the construction sector. So this is definitely interesting. So we do see our trade flow system tackled long-standing liquidity risk in supply chains by setting up digital escrows, agreeing contracts, and programming payment conditions using tokens, blockchain CBDC innovation. Zero knowledge proofs ensure transaction confidentiality while retaining blockchain transparency. This technology is transforming trust and transparency in complex supply chains. This project is a testament to the power of the collaboration. Our partners' insights, support, and real-world testing scenarios have been invaluable, paving the way for future applications across sectors. Embracing the Web3 era, we believe these innovations will benefit various industries struggling with opaque supply chains. The potential applications of such technology extend well beyond construction. Supply chain, they do tag here. It's inspiring to see government officials like Paul Fletcher discussing these innovative solutions in Parliament. Their recognition attests to the transformative power of digital asset solutions. The ongoing Digital Asset Conference by Blockchain APAC encourages Web3 businesses to demonstrate the transformative power of blockchain technology. Projects like this need to be brought to the fore. We'll soon release more details about this project, including how we use blockchain technology and zero knowledge proofs to deliver better outcomes for industries with opaque supply chains. Stay tuned. We remain committed to pioneering blockchain solutions that create tangible impact and drive the Web3 revolution forward. Thanks to all our partners and participants and the amazing Oz DeFi community. Here's to the future of digital currency in reshaping economic landscape. Stay tuned for more. And again, this is huge, right? Like, as we really kind of look at what's happening here with Hedera, major adoptions happening from very large players, like, for an example, the Reserve Bank of Australia, the big banks in Taiwan, for an example, with Shinhan Bank. So much is happening here. And I will say this, like, outside of the scope of these two, there's also MTech, which is becoming a massive force to be reckoned with around CBDCs. We even do see over here from Danny Ide, Ghana is way ahead in leading their story. Looking forward to a great conversation around. And again, we do see with the Bank of Ghana, with HBAR, and of course, even MTech. And we do see beyond that, the additional use cases that we expect to see would actually come from industry. And that's why we have a sandbox in place going forward and all these things to be able to test what you also have. And we do see down here, it's official, building on our work with the Bank of Ghana and the Central Bank of Nigeria. West African Monetary Institute has partnered with MTech to expand the regulatory sandbox solution into 4 more countries. We're just testing and trying to see things like merchant payments, P2P transactions, potentially cross. But actually, this is something that we want to see the innovating community, introduce and implement if and when the Bank of Ghana is to introduce a CBDC. So as we really kind of look at things happening here on Hedera, we know the financial services industry is getting shaken up. And it is so damn exciting because while this is happening, we are seeing AI becoming a big deal on Hedera. We're seeing the community engaging and building and growing, and the developers are coming in size as well because there is so much developer activity on Hedera. It is so damn exciting. And then also combine all of this with the recent announcement from Archaea. We see over here, say hello to our latest architect, Fresh Supply Co. AU. Again, I believe that this is Australian based. Fresh Supply Co. FSCO is building a platform on Hedera aimed at revolutionizing the supply chain and payments industry and will be leveraging Arkea's infrastructure and API solutions. And I'm telling you guys, as we look at what's happening here, like every single major industry, every single major sector is now being disrupted by Web3 technology, and Hedera is leading the way. Hedera is an absolute monster in the space that nobody's looking at simply because of the price action. And guess what? The price action, well, it looks beautiful from my perspective. This thing will break out eventually. And we have been ranging between the lows from roughly January to just recently, like the support zones of 2022, like the fall timeframe, the summer of 2022. So why would you not accumulate this range here? It makes zero sense. We're basically at this time back here in 2020 before the big massive moves happened. And guess what? This was a 50x. Let it be known that this was a 50x. I see a lot of people saying like, oh, 2021, like HBAR didn't do anything. Hello, this was a 50x return. If you invested during roughly the 2020 timeframe, this was a 50x return in roughly one whole year. So as we really kind of look at Hedera, this thing is a massive sleeper, and a lot of people are sleeping on Hedera, but soon everyone will have their eyes open to what Hedera really is becoming. So with that being said, if you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As those up to you all, have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are on this beautiful world. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.